Yo, what's up? Here's a review for episodes 5 and 6 of The Boys Season 3. There will be spoilers. So this is episode 5, the last time to look on this world of lies, and episode 6, Herogasm. And man, both of these episodes had something interesting to me. Where episode 5, it felt more like a setup to what's going to happen in episode 6, Herogasm. And episode 6 is probably one of my favorite episodes of The Boys to come out, man. I thoroughly enjoyed that episode. A lot of the characters in this show are just getting better and better, especially with the stories that they're telling. Homelander here is still one of my favorite things that's happening. He's starting to break down further. People are starting to get away from his side and starting to go against him. You got Queen Maeve, who's now getting more connections with Butcher, and he's sensing that, and he ends up doing something to her and just taking her out of the picture. We don't know where she's at. Starlight isn't getting the connection that she wants from him, and she's starting to disobey him and go against him and stuff, and he's just not feeling it. You got the public mayors and interviewers who are starting to go against him, and even the people involved are starting to show little signs of fuckery and stuff like that. So I really enjoy what they're doing with Homelander, especially when you get this kind of breakdown where he's in front of a mirror and he's having this argument with himself, where the mirror version is basically calling him a punk and telling him to man up and stuff like that. I really enjoyed that whole conversation with himself, and just Homelander really doing great, especially once you get to the end of Herogasm, which was dope. You also get Butcher, which I'm really enjoying in this episode, where he's addicted to the fuel, or whatever the drug that they're giving him, and giving him superpowers and everything. And I love the way that it's kind of breaking him down and changing who he is as a person and stuff. He's going against a lot of his friends and Mother's Milk, and he's also giving the other boy Huey some of the drug too, and that's causing him issues with, he's kind of like just letting it happen, and just not being the person that he is, going against a lot of his values, which I'm really enjoying here. He even has sex, like I said, with Queen Maeve and stuff, so that was really interesting seeing he's being more volatile and helping out Soldier Boy and stuff like that, instead of kind of taking him out, which is something he probably needs to do, but he's using him as a weapon as he wants to. But then you also have Soldier Boy, who, man, I am so happy to see Jason Eccles back on TV, and just after Supernatural and what happened with that show, just see him in something that's priming him as a character. I know the director for this, or the story director, main guy for the show, also did a lot of stuff with Supernatural as well. And you got Bobby Singer was in one of the episodes too, so I'm really enjoying a lot of what they're doing with his character, and just him being the exact reverse of what Captain America is, and just not a good person. And after he comes back from the frozen way, you see that all the experiments that was happening on him in Russia, and he comes back, and he hates everything about what the new world of America, or just the new world, is in general. And he's against all the kind of femininity of men, and he's a big fan of Bill Cosby, which I really enjoyed in one of the episodes. And he's now out to get revenge against all the people that did him wrong, which I was really loving. And it really hits a peak in the episode 6 of Herogasm, where they go into this whole orgy of superheroes, and he basically goes and blows it up, which I really loved. Another character that I'm really enjoying is Mother's Milk, and the fact that he hates the fact that his friends, his guy he's been working with the whole time, is betraying him and working with the guy who killed his grandpa. And I'm really enjoying how he's trying to be okay with it in some ways, but also he knows that he does not like what's going on. And especially once they team him up with Starlight, which both of them worked really well off of each other, which I think they did in a season prior, where they had a kind of a connection with one another as well. So that was working really well, especially here we get towards the end, where Starlight herself is breaking down and not fully understanding what's going on, or just scared altogether, because she doesn't want to do what Homelander says, she doesn't want to do what Vought says, and she's just like not being herself altogether. And I'm really enjoying that stuff, especially towards the end, where she just says, F it, I'm not Starlight anymore, and I'm gonna tell everybody about what's going on. I really love that part of the episode. But the biggest, baddest part of the episode was when you get to see the end fight scene with Homelander, Soldier Boy, Butcher, Huey, and Mother's Milk, and all of them just going at each other at the end. I thoroughly enjoyed that whole set, and just that was damn near a little bit below a movie level fight scene, where I was just like, yo, they're doing some fun stuff here. They're all going back at each other. The power seemed to be scaling right. It was just really well done. And it made sense that Soldier Boy wouldn't be able to take Homelander out real quick because he just got done exploding himself and just killing everybody there. So that was really, really dope as well. Some of the stuff I'm not enjoying so much is still with Huey. He just feels like a character who I'm just wish wasn't there. A lot of the stuff that he's doing seems like it's just rehashed or it could have been used with other characters. I'm just not, loving him as a character. Then A Train too. With A Train, I'm kind of mixed. I like some of the stuff that they're doing, especially how he's changing as a character and trying to find himself and also getting pissed off about what's going on around him. But it's also the cliche of the Black Lives Matter stuff. It's just not creatively done right. And I'm not just enjoying it. It just seems like they're, parroting the Black Lives Matter thing without actually finding a creative twist to it other than that's happening with superheroes. But, it's not bad. I'm just not loving it. And also the stuff with Frenchie and Kimiko. I'm enjoying it, but I don't love everything they're doing here. It's kind of feels like it's on the back burner of a lot of the story. I like their connection, and she's starting to fall in love with him and stuff like that. But when it comes to the other parts where they have a dance scene, which I hate dance scenes and superhero stuff. It just never really worked for me. It doesn't really work here for me as well. I know people may like it. I didn't enjoy it. And the stuff where she's just injured and she has to attack the guys who try to trap Frenchie and stuff like that. I enjoy the conversation that was going on there about how he's already a beaten down person. You got a little bit of his backstory as well out of this Russian lady basically kidnapping Frenchie and everything and kidnapping Kimiko and his girlfriend and stuff. I enjoyed all that stuff, but I would say that it kind of felt like this is some parts that could be either done other times when there's more slower moments of the show, or just I don't know, there's something about it that feels like it's just I really don't know, man. I want to love it, but I'm not. Basically, what I'm trying to say, which I'm cool with it, but it's just not one of my favorite things that's happening in the show. But yeah, as far as my reviews goes, I'm probably at about a 3.5 for episode 5 out of 5. Episode 5, 3.5 stars out of 5, and for episode 6, man, I'm at a 5 out of 5. That was probably one of my favorite episodes of The Boys so far, and I'm really enjoying the show, and it's giving me a lot of fun. So yeah, that's my review of The Boys, episode 5 and 6. I'm out of here.